Have you had a chance to rewatch the fight?
No, I'm not.
Do you care to watch the fight? Like, is this something you're going to actually do, or will you never watch that again?
I will when I get my rematch.
Okay, so where are you at now? 9 days later, do you feel like that's what's owed to you?
I think so. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I defended the belt more times than anyone I've had the belt for over 2 years. I mean, guys haven't fought over a year and still get a rematch if they lose in the match, and why wouldn't I get one?
Have you or your team expressed this to the UFC, and if so, what are they saying about it?
Yeah, I totally. I mean, yeah, I told him 100%. I told Dana personally, and he said, I guess DC and Brock's like inked up, I guess, right? Which I have no idea how, and he's still suspended, and how you giving a guy a shot that it's 0-2. The last year's fights, he's 0-2 with no contest. So I understand how I got my title shot.
When did you talk to Dana?
Like 2 days ago, or no, a couple days ago. I'm sorry.
He called you?
Yeah, and then I called him back. Yeah.
Oh, how'd that conversation go?
Just told him I want a rematch.
Do you think that they should create an interim title if he decides that by, I guess by March they would just he would be retired. But do you think there's a case if you beat Volkan to have an interim title fight after that with somebody else besides Daniel?
I don't know, man. They should do this fight for an interim title. They should do this fight for an interim title. And whatever DC makes up his mind, and if he wants to come down, let's fight for the real title. But they should make this fight as interim title for me and Volkan. That's the number one guy, number two guy fighting for each other.
I really believe that I'm going to go in there and I'm going to finish Shogun in devastating fashion. And I want, the whole Legend Killer thing is kind of cool. That's kind of the thing that people are attaching to me. But, eventually people are going to wonder how am I going to fare with the guys that are closer to my age and kind of where I'm at in my career. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to getting through Shogun and looking at matchups with, guys like Latifi and, Corey Anderson or, guys, even Vulcan and hopefully, your Rockholds and your Gustafsons. Like, those are the guys that I really trying to get to. It just happens to be that I have to go through these guys to get there. And it doesn't mean that they're any less dangerous. It's just, I'm really looking forward to just starting to pick at those guys in the top 5.
You're in the UFC, and now, you had to break into the top 10 with that fight. I don't think the rankings have come out.
Fuck rankings, man.
Right,
honestly,
what are they?
Just so stupid.
They fucked up Paul Felder. Paul Felder would have got that shot against Khabib in
that
Brooklyn.
fight was a welterweight, so it shouldn't even affect. It shouldn't even affect the lightweight ranking.
No, it shouldn't. But I'm not talking about that fight. The reason why Paul Felder didn't get that fight with Khabib when Tony Ferguson hurt his knee is because the Athletic Commission wouldn't recognize him. He wasn't ranked in the top 10. They wouldn't recognize him to be able to fight.
That would have been a great fight.
Great fight.
Great fight. Quinta was a fucking
it was a great
dope fight. He handled that well, but
Paul Felder is a big fucking lightweight.
Yeah.
And Paul Felder has outstanding striking. That would have been a real interesting fight.
100%. So just because of rankings, they didn't let that go through?
Just because of the rankings.
Who makes the rankings? That's one thing I want to know. Who decides is it like a group of them? Nah, but like, what have they done? What's their credentials? Where have they trained? Have they fought? Are they just like analysts? Are they experts? Because it feels like if you want to be,
instead of figuring out who did it, let's think about what you would do differently. Like who do you think should be making the rankings? Fighters?
Rankings. Maybe ex-fighters.
Ex-fighters.
Or like someone who's been in the sport, someone who's trained. Same thing like you say with judging.
You witnessed DC making history. You saw him get the 2 belts. Does any part of you say as you're watching that, man, I'd like 2 belts too. I could do that too.
Well, of course. What if I get the same paycheck you got? Absolutely. DC being remembered as one of the greatest of all time. But whether he won that fight, he was already one of my greatest of all time. When I look at his skill set, he can wrestle, he can strike. He has great jiu-jitsu. He's defeated amongst the best. He's beat the best fighters in the world. So, fantastic job to Daniel Cormier and Stipe. Look good too. And I'm happy for those guys. Those guys got a fantastic paycheck, and I'm pretty sure when they get their check in the mail, they're like, that's what a super fight check should look like.
Found an avenue there for a couple of rights. Oh, now some hammer fists. He's out. Brown is out. Nico the hybrid Price.
But first of all,
no.
Yeah, I mean, that was a rough one. And
I've never seen anybody knocked out like that.
I don't think anybody has been in the UFC quite like that.
No,
there's been up kicks and stuff where guys get hurt, but a hammer fist from open guard leg work, where if you see his foot was hooked behind his neck, which was pretty cool. And they always say it's the shot you don't see that hurts you. And I think it might have got him by surprise. And if you watch where they landed, it was like jaw, temple. It was like they were all everything was on the right spot.
Yeah.
So, and he had some good leverage on that. And listen, Randy Brown will be back. He showed. It's not like he just went in there and got steamrolled. I mean, he was winning the fight. He did great.
Well, he was in a good position when he got finished.
He was in a good position. He was on top when he got finished.
Yeah.
This Nico Price, I'll tell you, he is an impressive. He's a wacky guy, and I like that. His fighting, it matches his personality. But he's a very, I'm going to say, unorthodox in a sense where he's dangerous everywhere. And he was looking for a leg lock. He doesn't get taken out. Look, he got dropped with that knee. And he came back that second round, and he's just a game fighter, man, who seems in shape, well-rounded. And this was a fun fight for both guys. And Randy has the right attitude. I seen his Instagram post. And he realized that he was more than in that fight. He was doing great. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen a stoppage quite like that.
Because